All right, let's take this drop ball one step farther, whether it's a peel or over top or snap over drop ball. Let's take it to the next level. Remember, we talked about that power line several times now. If I drive out and I'm on that power line and I get my body angle over for that drop ball, I'm going to throw a drop ball that should go right down through the middle of that plate. But let's start mastering it on an inside or an outside. I'm a right-handed pitcher to a right-handed batter, and I want that outside drop. If my normal stride is right there on the power line, I'm going to move it 1 to 3 inches off to the left, okay, if I'm right-handed, to be able to adjust it and come through. Nothing, let me repeat again, nothing changes with the wrist snap, the body angle. It only changes where you step. Therefore, if I want an inside one, it's the same thing here. Okay, I'm 1 to 3 inches right off that power line through there to the opposite side. Okay, real important to remember when you're learning that snap over drop and you start to take it outside. The biggest thing you don't want to see is I don't want to see trunk rotation taking. I want to see wrist snap, and everything stays the same and follows where your power line is. Real important to note that power line really hasn't changed. You've just stepped and made your power line another straight line about a 1 to 3 inch off from the original power line you had stepped up or set up from your original step. Okay, one last trick. Remember, we talked about a batter. The biggest thing we want to confuse them about is where they're going to hit it, location, inside, outside, up or down is what we've covered in this tape. Now let's just throw in one more element of surprise, and let's talk about the off-speed drop ball. Very hard to throw an off-speed rise ball, and most off-speed rise balls I've seen have gone over a 200-foot fence, so we don't want those. We want off-speed drop balls. Best thing, and the only thing that I'm going to tell you I change, is I use the same rollover drop. I don't try to change anything with my body other than I make my legs feel as if I've pitched 8, 9, 10 games. And for most softball pitchers, if you're working on it hard and you're pretty good, you know what that feels like. They're dead. They just weigh like leads, and nothing changes with anything else. Now, my stride obviously is going to be much shorter, and it's going to look very short possibly from the hitter, but they won't realize it until it's on them and hitting them unless they studied you. And what you do is your legs are dead, and as I come out, they really just don't stride. And everything I'm throwing is with my wrist snap to get that ball to go that 40 to 43 feet. I'm wanting that off-speed drop ball to maybe cross somewhere below the knees, mid-shin, and bounce right behind the plate so that it's an off-speed pitch. Best thing about this pitch is it's a form of a changeup, but it actually also has some pretty good movement on it. And if you miss, you really should tend to miss low. And if a batter can hit a ball that bounces off the ground for a base hit, they deserve that credit, and we'll give that to them. So play with that. You can work on different speeds. You could have a 40 or 50% off-speed drop ball. You could have a 20. You can work with it a whole bunch. And the best thing about it is it throws in one more factor. Now we're changing planes, but we're also changing speed.